So hello guys, this is Vanky Kenny Kataria and today I'm going to talk about personal branding and how to develop your personal brand. And this is going to be something which is going to be very raw and very authentic because this is something which I'm doing for the first time. It's like a webinar kind of a thing, and I don't normally do this kind of a stuff because it's normally all speeches and speeches or presentations or online calls, video calls where I'm actually seeing you guys and I'm actually speaking. But this is something which is different, which is it is different because I'm going to go through a presentation slides, go through a presentation, PowerPoint presentation, and I'm going to try to tell you all the important aspects of personal branding. So if you want to create a compelling personal brand, then you have to hang around, guys, because I'm going to give you some tips which are going to help you in a large way. And let me tell you personally what I have done in this field, because if it's not about bragging, but it's important because once you understand what I have done in my field, what little I have been able to accomplish sitting at my home just using my laptop and mobile phone via these techniques and tips, I'm very confident that you'll be able to learn, you'll be able to just utilize those tips and techniques which I'll be sharing in this PowerPoint presentation, or rather this webinar, or what this class. It's not a webinar, but it's this online sort of a YouTube lecture or whatever you call it. You can call it whatever you want to, but I'm going to give away my secrets and my hacks which have led me to build a personal brand, which have gotten me opportunities like speaking at TEDx twice. In fact, I've spoken at TEDx at two places, TEDx Balaji ITS and TEDx North Cap University. Both the speeches are available on YouTube on the TEDx official YouTube channel. In fact, I even got a third opportunity to speak at TEDx, but it didn't match my schedule. So I've been able to do these things at the age of less, like at the age, I'm not at the age of 24, 23. So I've been able to do these things via these techniques which I'm going to share today. I've been also able to get featured in magazines like Forbes, Entrepreneur, Huffington Post, MSN, Reader's Digest, and many other magazines, many other international magazines, all for free. I've not even paid a single dollar or a single rupee to get into these magazines. And any person, any professional into the digital marketing scene, into the digital marketing world, knows how important those things are. Getting PR, which we'll be talking about in the later half. So PR is something which is again very important, guys. So before we start off, guys, this was just my intro. I just wanted to let you know that if I'm going to give you some tips and tricks, it is because I know a little bit of these things, and if I share those things with you, I'm very optimistic that those things are going to help you in the longer run. And so let's begin, guys. Let's begin. So, as my bio says, it's personal brand consultant. I'm a personal brand consultant, LinkedIn trainer. LinkedIn is my favorite social media platform. I started my journey via LinkedIn. I've got over 20,000 followers over there now, but the followers, that count isn't very important. But the views, amount of views and the quality views I've got through LinkedIn, in the past, if you add up all my views on the posts, on different posts, it would easily surpass 2 million views in the recent past year or so. So I've been able to get a lot of views on LinkedIn, and that views and those views or quality views or quantity views have gotten me a lot of opportunities which have really helped me bag a lot of dream opportunities. So I'll be sharing those tips with you guys. So we all have our stories. Come, I'll show you mine. As the PPT slide says. In fact, I wanted to start off this class by sharing my story because I want you all to know the most important thing is that you share your story. I mean, I'm very sure that most of you watching this YouTube video or whatever on this webinar, this class, whatever you call it, you love movies. I'm very optimistic that you guys would love, you guys love movies. So I'm very optimistic about that. So now just try to understand, why do you like a movie? So you like a movie because basically the character or the protagonist, or the main character, the main actor, the actress, whoever is the is the protagonist of the movie. Basically, they have a weakness at the start of the movie. They share their fallbacks. They share their shortcomings, and they share those negative things. The movie basically shows how they're struggling financially, or how they're struggling in a particular sport, how they're struggling in their career, and then they work hard and they keep on struggling and they keep on losing, but eventually as the movie ends, they are able to overcome those struggles with their hard work, determination, and finally they come out all guns blazing and all cylinders firing. And at the end of the movie, most of the times, at least in a Bollywood movie, 10 times out of 10, you see that the actor or actress comes out winning. So basically you love these stories, even though it's about, you know that the actor is going to win. It's he or she's going to brag, he or she is going to be seen bragging about their, like, even though action scenes, they actually, what do you call that, they basically, it's like a hyperbole, right? So it's like it's over, what do you call that, I'm not able to get the exact word, but it's basically exaggeration, if I'm not wrong. But even then you like it, right? So why do you like that? It's basically because they are sharing their story. So sharing your story with any person is extremely important. It's very, very important. Just like, it's important because, right from our childhood, from our grandparents or our parents, we have always heard a lot of stories. So our brain is hardwired to listen to stories. And that is the reason why whenever someone asks you about you, you should always share your story, because a lot of people also feel uncomfortable sharing their achievements, and they feel they are doing some, wrong kind of a job by sharing the achievements. But that is not the way. I mean, that is not the thing. If you're doing something, if you're doing something great, you need to share it with others, right? So you need to do that. I'll just check the quality of the music, rather. I'm using OBS Studio for this recording, so I'm just checking if the audio is coming good. So I believe the audio is coming good. This is the OBS Studio, right? So if you can see this green, this mark is bar is hitting the this bar is hitting the green, yellow mark. So I believe this is right. I mean, this is the right kind of voice for you guys. So I hope you guys are able to hear this properly. If I want to, I'll just enhance the audio a bit so that you guys can hear me more properly. So this is just the audio setting, right? I mean, this is just the way you can use screen recording. You can do screen recording. The tool is called OBS Studio. You can just on Google and type OBS Studio. It's a free and open source software. If you want to do a screen recording thing or a webinar kind of a thing, just remember most of the people use OBS Studio. So it's a free and open source software. I highly recommend it. Most of the people you watch, are using screen recording. They're mostly using OBS Studio. So OBS Studio is a wonderful tool. It's a free tool. It's an open source tool. By free it means that you don't have to pay even a single dollar. It's nothing. There's no limit to it. There's no watermark. There's absolutely nothing. Therefore, I believe it's our duty that we should share with you guys. We should share with you that this is the kind of software we're using. So OBS Studio is a very powerful platform. Just in case you want to use screen recording, and don't worry, this OBS Studio, at least to my knowledge, doesn't have an affiliate program or certain kind of a thing. So don't worry. Yeah, even though I'm sharing this program with you guys, I'm not going to get a commission, or I haven't got a sponsored deal kind of a thing. So don't worry, I am recommending this on my own, and I really recommend it because I'm using this, and I highly recommend it if you want to start a webinar or something like that. So you can use OBS Studio. Coming back to the PowerPoint presentation, I'll just play from this current slide. Yeah, so talking about story, let me tell you guys, my story was one thing which helped me crack my personal brand when I started early on. So my story was very simple. I was a mechanical engineering graduate, and I basically did my engineering from a city called Nashik over here in India. And the story from which I started on was a public speaking story of mine. I'm not going to go into the details of the story. You can go and check. You can go on Google and check my story. But I'll not share the exact details because I don't believe that is going to add a lot of value over here. But I just want to prove my case, because once I share my story, you guys will be connected with me on a much better level. So I'm going to just share my story, quickly. So actually, in 2015, I represented India in a public speaking competition, IIT, as you can see on the screen. I participated in this competition I 2015 also, but when I represented India at the South Asian level, so one of the judges was really, really, very angry at me. So even though I was one of the 8 representatives of India, the judge got really angry and he didn't like my presentation topic at all, and he basically humiliated me. I mean, with all due respect to him, he basically didn't just like my presentation, and I was basically made the fool of the show, and everyone was laughing or giggling about me. So I was really demotivated by that. But when I came back home after that competition was on, was in Chennai, if I'm not wrong. It was in Chennai in India. So I came back home really, very devastated. but I kept working hard the entire year. And then in 2016, as you can see, August 21 2016, I kept on participating in the initial levels of the competition, and I was able to crack the initial or preliminary stages of the competition. And then again I got into the South Asia level, but this time I did stood second in South Asia for my presentation skills, for my public speaking skills. So this story which I just mentioned in short helped me back some PR. There were also some collaborations which I did with some with some journalists. So always remember, guys, once you have a great story to tell, or I don't know, I'm not saying my story is very great, it's not very inspiring. In fact, a lot of my story, I always feel very grateful to God, because I haven't had to struggle a lot. I haven't seen a lot of I feel I'm very grateful. I have all the parts of my body. I have I have a proper, I get food to eat. I have a proper shelter. I have wonderful parents. I have had a wonderful environment. I have almost everything millions and millions of people can dream of. So I'm really very grateful to God for it. So I don't believe I have had to work extremely hard to get these things. I've just been a little bit smart, and I've tried to be, I just love what I'm doing, and I'm very passionate about what I'm doing. And I believe that passion and trying to stand out from other people, trying to do something different from other people, following my heart, going after my passion, and creating a great network, sharing my story with people, having people around me who always inspire me and motivate me. In fact, my mom is my biggest inspiration, if you guys aren't aware of that. So my mom is the biggest inspiration. She has worked a lot. She's worked a lot, and she's always backed me up. So with these things, you should have a great story to tell. And once you have a story to tell, and if you're worrying that you don't have a lot of achievements, don't worry. If you want to find your story, just do simple. Just do a simple thing. Find the most find the most lowest point of your life. That's all you got to do. Find the point of your life at which you felt the lowest, at which you felt extremely demotivated, or something, a moment where you felt that you're absolutely broken now, and find that moment to a moment which you feel is the greatest moment of your life till now, and just tell or share that journey from, how did you go from that worst moment to the best moment of your life. That is all, that is all we need for us telling or for sharing our story. So that is about sharing a story, guys. If you want to share your story, just understand the importance of, just understand the importance that you just have to understand the most negative point of your life, the point of your life where you felt the most demotivated, and then all you got to do is just understand or try to figure out the highest point or the best moment of your life. That journey is basically the story of a life till now. So all you got to do is start sharing that story on your blogs. There are a lot of free platforms where you can blog. If you don't have a domain name, then you can go on Google. If you can just go to Google, you can just, this is my where's the cursor, gone? Yep, it's back again. So if you're worrying about starting a blog and you don't have something, just don't worry. Just go to Google. Oh, this net is not connected. Oh my gosh, this is so embarrassing. So I'll connect the net. I'll come back to it. Very embarrassing, guys. Please don't embarrass me via the comment sections. This would be very embarrassing. I turned on the net, so that I in fact just didn't turn on the Wi-Fi. So this is very embarrassing. I'm come on to it. But what I wanted to say is that if you don't have a domain name, and even then you want to write a blog, so you can use Google's Blogger. You can use Google's Blogger. You'll get a .blogspot.com domain, and you can start blogging there. Or you can also use WordPress.com, and so you can start blogging there for free, and then you can start polishing your blogging skills, and you can start sharing your skills. You can start sharing your stories with other people, and stories would definitely resonate with other people. I'm very optimistic about that. So you should definitely do that, guys. Start sharing your stories with other people. Start doing that, and it would definitely help you a lot. One thing, it would help you get connected with other people. It would help you connect with your fans, with your friends. And the second thing is, it would also help you get a lot of PR, because if you want to get featured in magazines, one thing which wonderfully works well is having a great story. If you have a great story to tell, a lot of magazines, local newspapers would like to feature you in their article, or in their website, or on their or in the newspaper or magazine. So once you have a good story to tell, you can go and pitch yourself, or even you can just casually share that story with journalists, and they would like to feature that story in the magazine website. This happens a lot of time. Don't just go and pitch them. Have a normal conversation, and when you're talking, you can just share your story instead of just telling what you do. Share your story, and you'll definitely get a PR opportunity. You definitely get featured in a magazine or website, and that would help you get more credibility. So that is what I suggest. Next, moving on to some of the contents which we'll be looking into this PowerPoint presentation or into this webinar and or into this YouTube masterclass. So basically, my favorite platform is LinkedIn. I mean, people can create their personal brand via Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. I mean, you name the platform, right? You name the platform. Whatever platform you name it, you can become a personal brand. You can have a compelling personal brand from that platform. It can be LinkedIn, it can be Instagram, it can be Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, TikTok. I mean, you name the platform, right? So it depends widely. It depends widely on which platform you choose or which platform chooses you. For me, it's always very simple. For me, it always has been LinkedIn. So LinkedIn always has been my go-to platform. So LinkedIn always has been my go-to platform. Hey guys, sorry for the little disturbance over here. I'll come back to the topic again and say for excuse me the disturbance. So talking about LinkedIn, LinkedIn has been my favorite platform. I mean, LinkedIn has been so interesting, and LinkedIn has been the go-to platform for me. LinkedIn has basically changed my life. Sorry. So when I started on LinkedIn, it was very raw for me. It was something which was I was very new to the platform, but it was a platform which came very naturally to me because it was a platform where I could share professional things. I could talk about my professional experiences. I could talk about something which, as a nerdy student, as a student who was involved in studies, I wanted to, do something different because I couldn't see myself posting my behind the scenes photos or, raw photos or I mean, those kind of photos on Instagram. I couldn't see myself, using Snapchat. I couldn't see myself being that quirky guy on Twitter, so I couldn't see myself doing that. And even on Facebook, I was using my profile to build my personal brand, but I definitely wasn't much extremely fascinated by the use of Facebook page. So LinkedIn was something, when I posted up the first post of mine, I was absolutely amazed that the first post got 5 likes, and I remember that was about 5 likes, and it got about 200 plus views. So if you look at it one way, it's basically just 5 likes and 200 views. So you'd be like, what is so big about 5 likes, 200 views? But what I saw it is that I saw it as a 40 times and a 40 times parameter. So 5 likes and 200 views is like 40 times. So 5 into 40 is 200. So basically what helped me is I thought that if 5 likes can constitute to 200 views, I mean, what would happen if I can get 100 likes or 200 likes on my posts regularly? Even if you multiply it by 40, it would easily constitute to 5 to 10,000 views. Even though once you get those 100 200 likes, the reach isn't going to be just 40 times. It would be even much more, right? It could be much more. So depending upon from which people you get the likes from and how many connections do those people. I mean, damn, my grammar. So the views also depend on the people liking your post, how many connections those people have, how influential they are, and various other parameters. But and on average, I've thought that it came to my mind that if 5 likes can constitute 200 views, if I could develop a following on LinkedIn which engages with my posts, it's not also even about following. It's like a community, or to a community when I can add value to them. I could motivate them someday. I could share my experiences. It's very simple. I'm not a motivate. I'm not a teacher or something like teaching other people how to do what to do. It's basically I am good at one thing and I'm sharing those things which helped me crack a particular thing. So I'm just sharing those experiences. And when I started off, I didn't have any TEDx talks. I didn't have any magazine features. I didn't have these things. But I had this one thing which I had a lot of confidence in, and that was a great attitude. So I always said that your aptitude doesn't matter, but your attitude does. So I always had this belief that even though I may be from a tier two city, Nashik in India, I may not be the smartest, I may not be the coolest, I may not be the most intelligent kind of guy, but I have that attitude that you don't win and lose in life, but you win and learn in life. So I just started sharing my a mindset with people, and people started liking my perspective towards life, and I started building that little following on LinkedIn. And that little following on LinkedIn basically became like a community which started engaging with my posts, on a continued basis, and people kept on engaging with my posts on LinkedIn. And I remember the first great opportunity on LinkedIn, I guess, the first breakthrough opportunity, rather, I should say, came when I believe I got featured in an international book, which is authored by Peter Kuderman. So Peter Kuderman is an American Marine Corps officer, and he authored a book called 30 and Under. The book basically features top 100 professionals around the world under the age of 30. So there were Olympic chefs in it, top chefs, and he also featured me, and I got to know about me via LinkedIn, and that was when I was absolutely blown away by LinkedIn. So what you can do on LinkedIn is you can create your profile on LinkedIn, and you can start sharing your story on LinkedIn. So start sharing your negatives, your life, start sharing the points where you have felt very bad, start sharing the stories, start sharing your failures, start sharing those things which would help other people learn something, start sharing your learning, start sharing experiences on LinkedIn. It would help a lot, once you start doing that, once you start sharing your views, your honest feedback, your honest those things with people would definitely love it, and people would start giving you, people will start giving their love to you. So you need to start doing that on LinkedIn. So that is how I started using LinkedIn. But I also like to share with you guys that LinkedIn is like a very professional platform. So even though people think of LinkedIn as a platform wherein just people come for jobs, and there are people who want to basically and just want people who want jobs are on LinkedIn, and people who are ready to give jobs are on LinkedIn. There are only mostly two kinds of people, recruiters and job seekers. I mean, that is such that is so not right. That is absolutely not right. LinkedIn is much, much, much more than that. It's a professional networking platform. So it is like a Facebook for professionals. So on Facebook you can have 5,000 friends, but on LinkedIn you can have about 30,000 connections. As I'm making this video, you can send up to 3,000 connection requests in a single go. I mean, just imagine, just go to LinkedIn now and start sending connection requests. Don't spam 3,000 people right now. Don't send 3,000 connection requests right now, because if a lot of people don't accept your connection request, and if these people basically report your profile that you are sending these requests and people aren't accepting, so LinkedIn could put you in something which is called the LinkedIn jail. So you won't be able to send a lot of connection requests. But don't worry, even if you get into the LinkedIn jail, you can simply email to LinkedIn and they would help. I am very optimistic that you could just ask them for help and they'll help you. And if anytime you have any problem with LinkedIn, I'm very optimistic that you can just go to Twitter and you can just type in LinkedIn help, if I'm not wrong. And once you follow them, I believe you have an option to DM them, direct message them. So they were a wonderful team. Many times, and I've reported them certain. There's like, I believe there was a program going on. There was a link going on LinkedIn, which was basically doing some kind of wrong kind of a things. What do you call that? Some phishing attack? What do you call that? What would you call those links? Some phishing attacks, something like that, right? And I reported it to them. I had some other problem on LinkedIn. I asked them for help on via Twitter, and they were just so ready to help, and they helped me immediately. So I mean, LinkedIn team is always there to help you, I guess. So just go to Twitter. I don't guess. I'm very optimistic they'll help. So just go to Twitter, follow them, follow LinkedIn help, and anytime you got a problem, just DM them. So I'm optimistic about that. And talking about connection requests, we're talking about LinkedIn sending connection requests to people. If you want to send connection requests to people on LinkedIn, don't just send a simple connection request. Rather, what you can do is send them a personalized connection request. You always have this option that you can send a personalized connection request. So I always stress that if you really want to connect with a person, if you really want to impress the other person, you should always use the personalized invite. So instead of just sending them a connection request, use the personalized invite, send them a personalized message. I believe you have some 300 characters which you can use while sending a personalized connection request. Make use of that. Send a personal connection request, which basically helps stand out amongst the other connection requests the other person gets. So do that, and it would be really helpful. So you should definitely do that, guys. Send connection request to people whom you believe would add value to your life. Start doing that. Start sending connection requests to people whom you believe could give you a next opportunity, could give you a next job, could be your next client, or could give you your next client. Start doing that. So that was something about LinkedIn. You should definitely start doing that. You should first of all have your profile optimized. You should start filling all your information like your name, your headline, your summary, that is your bio. Then you can start adding links, video links, or if images on your LinkedIn profile. You should have a profile photo. You should have a cover photo. Again, talking about the profile photo, you should have a profile photo, and you should also have a cover photo. Cover photo is not, you cannot upload a cover photo as I'm making this video right now. As I'm making this video now, you cannot upload a cover photo via your LinkedIn mobile application. So you need to log in via your desktop or laptop to upload a cover photo, or you can also go to the desktop version of the site on your mobile phone to basically change the cover photo. So add a cover photo on LinkedIn, add your skills. You can add up to 50 skills on LinkedIn. So do that. Start adding skills to your LinkedIn profile. Start adding certifications. LinkedIn has their LinkedIn learning program, wherein you basically pay about 1400 rupees per month. If you're in India, you have to pay 1400 rupees per month for starting program, and if you want to have a higher program, that's about 2400 rupees per month. And if you want to have an even higher advanced program, that's about 4800 rupees per month, but that's a LinkedIn sales navigator. So if you want to start off with the basic plan, the 1400 rupees per month plan. They will offer you 1 month free trial, so you can make use of the 1 month free trial. You can start watching videos of on LinkedIn learning application. So LinkedIn Learning is basically a portal of LinkedIn wherein they have made a lot of videos by influencers on particular topics, and then you get access to all of those videos. When once you sign up for the premium account, which is, let's say, 1400 rupees per month. So once you start doing, I'll also give the link to the LinkedIn premium accounts. I believe in the description below. But I guess it would be my affiliate link. So yeah, if you do click on it or if you do sign up, I will definitely get a commission of it. And that's what another thing which you can do from to another thing to earn money online. I'm going off topic slightly a bit, but as you're just starting to build your personal brand online, or if you want to earn money online, you can start doing this thing which is called affiliate marketing. So affiliate marketing is basically when someone signs up or for a particular website or something like that from your particular link, you get a particular commission. So that's what you call affiliate marketing. So that is what an affiliate marketing is all about. So that is why you see people putting their headgear links, or which mic they have used, or which video camera they have used. They put the Amazon links in their YouTube video descriptions, because those normally those are affiliate links. So whenever you buy something of it, of that link, the other person gets a commission from it. And even if you buy a particular video camera from their link, and you buy something else too in the next 24 hours, so they'll also get a commission on that too. So yeah, that's about affiliate marketing. But coming back to our topic again, coming to LinkedIn. So you should definitely start leveraging your LinkedIn profile, and you should start building your LinkedIn profile. If you ever need any help, just hit me up. Or you can also have a video, I can have a look at my video, YouTube video. I'll give the link in the description. I have made a 1 hour 7 minutes video about LinkedIn, so you can go watch that video. It's a free video on YouTube, and you can just go and watch that video. It will help you better understand LinkedIn. It was about LinkedIn a bit. We'll come back to LinkedIn again, and then we'll be also talking about PR. PR is basically public relations. So sometimes people use it as a slang for personal relations. So it's actually contrary how PR is used for public relations, but sometimes people use it for the slang, the acronym for personal relations. So it's normally public relations. So in our world, for freelancers, for digital marketers, PR is basically like getting featured into magazines, getting featured into websites. This is at least what I believe it is for us freelancers and digital marketers. It may be varying a lot for other people, celebrities, and influencers. But for us, as I'm making this video for digital marketers and professionals and people who are building the online brand and people who want to become an influencer, for them, PR is basically getting a lot of features, magazine features, website features, and all that stuff. So you improve your credibility, maybe to improve your website's SEO, search engine optimization. Because once you start getting backlinks from very high authority websites, you're definitely, the trust gets transferred to your website, and your website would definitely get a boost in SEO, because a lot of major magazines are linking to your website. So even that would help a lot. So that was about PR. We'll also come back to PR again, and that's personal branding. In fact, I've given a TEDx talk on personal branding, the first TEDx talk which I gave on TEDx at TEDx Balaji ITS. It basically, the TEDx talks title was "The Game is All About the Name," and wherein I share that if you want to have a great personal brand, some important elements are you share your story. Once you start sharing your story, people connect with you. Once people connect with you, people become your fan. People want to engage with your content. People want to, people want to connect with you. People want to consume more content of yours. But once they hear your story, once they find or connect with your story, after you share your story, there's also a lot of credibility. People start liking you. There may be magazines which may want to feature you, so you also get PR from your story. And if you're feeling right now that you're struggling a lot, you're not getting the opportunity which you wanted to get, you're not getting your dream opportunity, and you're not getting a lot of opportunities, and you're basically struggling and you're feeling demotivated, always remember, the harder the struggle, the darker the night, the brighter the morning. So it's actually relative. So the more struggles you face right now, the more negative parts your life is seeing right now, once you accomplish and once you get over those things, your story would be much much better. Your story would be much much more interesting, more inspiring, more motivating. So the more worse struggles you see in your life, that means your story is going to become better and better. So you're going to get to motivate and inspire a hell lot of more people than a mediocre story. So if you're facing struggles, don't worry. God is basically just giving you those things to have a great story, if I may say so that. And also maybe God believes that you have the capability to withstand those struggles, and you have the capability to get over them. That is the reason why you get to. That is the reason why you've got that thing. You've got that struggle given to you by God. And if you might have seen, in the previous slides, I had in the notes I had written MS Dhoni. So, I mean, just imagine a cricket match is going around, and Indian team needs, let's say, 25 runs in the last six balls, and this is a very important match. Stakes are running very high. It's, let's say, the World Cup final, something like that. The stakes are high, and you need to either send Mahendra Singh Dhoni or some other player, who's not a great batsman. So whom would you send? You would send him you would send Mahendra Singh Dhoni, right? Even though the stakes are very high, and if he isn't able to deliver, would have to he may have to live with that regret that he couldn't do it for his country. But even though he would go in, right? So it's basically, even that situation is very tough, and if he doesn't crack it, he would have to face a lot of music. But he would have to face a lot of heat. He goes in and gives a try, right? So basically, the team would choose the player who has the most potential to do it, right? In a similar fashion, just think, if there is a huge problem in your life right now, God believes that you have the potential or capability or the ability to solve that problem. So think in that fashion. And I remember I got this text message when text message was the fashion back in the day. And I used to get these messages. We used to send SMSs to each other. And I remember that message, it used to be, whenever you face a problem, always, don't say to God, why me? But you should always, say that, no problem, God. It doesn't matter if, you shouldn't say why me, but you should say, try me. So you should definitely say that, and start building your brand, start building your story, and start building your story so that you could share that inspiring story with other people. So yeah, I'll get on to LinkedIn leveraging right now. This is actually what have you got into? Okay, so the difference is it's like a play button. Okay, gotcha. Let's move on to the next thing, which is the power of LinkedIn leveraging. We'll see what is LinkedIn's importance. Oh, so I've added some animations. Oh my god, this is interesting. So I wanted to share this with you guys because a lot of people don't understand the why about LinkedIn. Maybe people watching this for the first time, maybe people watching LinkedIn, maybe people watching this video, and maybe people hearing about LinkedIn for the first time are thinking, what if this guy making this video, this Vanky, is wrong? What if LinkedIn goes off tomorrow? What if LinkedIn is just a fad? Let me first of all tell you, LinkedIn has been for a long, long time now. And if you don't believe me, which you have the right to not believe me, But you definitely try thinking about this, that Microsoft paid a whooping 1,75,000 crore rupees. Yeah, 1,75,000 crore rupees. 1,75,000 crore rupees for for LinkedIn. So Microsoft spent a huge amount of money to buy LinkedIn, and that just goes on to show the amount of trust Microsoft has on LinkedIn. And if you convert it into dollars, I believe it is something about 26.2 billion US dollars, something like that. So it's a huge amount of money. So if you guess that, even if you don't believe me, maybe you can believe Microsoft. If Microsoft has spent such a huge amount of money on a particular platform, that means that platform is going to go big. In fact, LinkedIn is very big right now. Every second as we speak, about two members are being added on LinkedIn. More than 80% recruiters in America use LinkedIn to first of all scan people out, scan candidates out. So LinkedIn is already booming. Most of the B2B professionals, they get their leads, or they want to be on LinkedIn to get leads. So LinkedIn is already very hot right now. It's extremely hot, and I've been using this platform from a long time now, and I highly, highly recommend you to come onto this platform and start creating content, and hopefully you can also follow me there. So yeah, just giving a shout out to myself. So yeah, this is the LinkedIn mapping. You can see which countries. I really hate to say this. I really don't like. I also do a lot of public speaking coachings, and I really hated when presenters basically just say that, as you can see from the slide, that in the US 150 million users are there, in the India 50 million users, and in China 42 million users. That is not the right way. I'm sorry, even though I'm talking about LinkedIn and personal branding, I'm talking a bit about public speaking now, but that is the reason why I've taken this video about personal branding, so that I can share with you about different things. So when you're presenting and you're speaking on a particular topic, always remember, guys, if you've got a slide, never ever say those things which are mentioned already on the slides. If I might have done that till now, that is absolutely worst. If you have mentioned something on the slides, you should never ever just keep on reading it from the slides. If it is there on the slides, that means people can see it, and therefore there's no reason as to why you should just keep on reading it. So it is better that you start saying some things which is relevant to the slide, but which is not exactly written on the slide. So you can start doing that, and you can get people's attention. And if you just keep on reading from the slides, people would find it boring, and people will just get turned off by it. So never ever do that. So coming back to the topic again, so this is basically the chart when you can see which country is basically leading the way now for LinkedIn. So it's US, which is strongly followed by India and China. And LinkedIn was the other. So a lot of people don't understand the difference between LinkedIn and other social media platforms. It's completely okay if you don't know what LinkedIn is all about. When in fact some days back, or some, I don't know the exact time, but some days back, let's say, I wasn't very fond of TikTok. So I thought TikTok is a platform where just people hang around, maybe crack jokes and make funny videos and make entertaining videos. And I thought maybe that is not my niche. So I had made this assumption that TikTok is just basically about funny videos and entertaining videos. But I was wrong. A lot of people are putting absolutely amazing content on TikTok, and they're putting educational content and motivational content on TikTok. And I was absolutely blown away by that. That even on TikTok, people are doing such great kinds of things. And then I started using TikTok. I'm really blown away right now, and I've started to do TikTok marketing too. I started using the TikTok application now. So what I would say is, if you have a certain presumption, a presumption, I mean an assumption in your mind, and without using that application, never do that. Always keep an open mind. If you have a presumption, just break it. Just use the platform first understand, get a feel of the platform, and then make whatever views, then have your views, then your views are okay. But first use that application, see what the application is all about, and then you can start judging the platform. So LinkedIn is a professional networking platform. You can get connected to Prime Minister Narendra Modi on the platform. You can get connected to Bill Gates on the platform. You can get connected to Priyanka Chopra. You can get connected to Bill Gates' wife, Melinda Gates, on LinkedIn. I mean, these LinkedIn is so powerful that you can send these people a connection request on the LinkedIn. I mean, you can send these people, these influencers, a connection request. I mean, just imagine what would it do to your profile or resume if you just show that you are connected to Prime Minister Narendra Modi on LinkedIn. I mean, that would be absolutely amazing. So I'm not talking about a spammy profile of these people. These are authentic LinkedIn profiles. So you can actually send them a connection request, and hopefully their social media team may accept it. I mean, I have tried it, even though I may have been using LinkedIn a lot. I have tried it. Many a times influencers accept, and many a times influencers don't accept your connection request. So you gotta keep trying it. You gotta keep doing it, right? So you gotta keep doing it, and just understand, if you can send connection requests to such influential people, in fact, the most influential people in the world, like the prime minister and the world's richest man. I mean, at least the world's, Bill Gates or some other people, some other influencers, you can understand there are other people like top 100 Forbes, I mean Fortune 500 companies CEOs or other CFOs or other top professionals. You can send them a connection request too. So that is the advantage of LinkedIn. It was the power of the network. They say your network is your net worth. I know this is a very repetitively used quote. I know you are bored of it, but I mean, what can I say? It's very important that you have a very strong network around you, because if you're just posting on Facebook and Instagram and just your friends are seeing it, it may happen that your friends may get envious about you, and they may be like, oh my God, this guy is getting 150 likes. The next time I post, I have to get more than 150 likes. So let's try something like that. And so there may not be a right kind of a competition, right? So if you want to stand out, if you want to have the right kind of competition, have people around you who are absolute best in their fields, and who have done much more than you. And and once you do that, so you don't need YouTube videos to get motivated. You don't need YouTube videos to get motivation. Whenever you log on Facebook, you see other friends post. Someone is meeting the president, someone is meeting the prime minister, someone is getting an award, international award, someone is getting $1 million funding, and you're like, oh my gosh, what have I done? So you get inspired automatically by your friends. So it is very important that your friends are doing much more than you, and you have a group or network of people which are much more hardworking than you, and who are much more smarter or much more accomplished than you. And that we will always be motivated to work harder. So let's talk about LinkedIn profile optimization. Oh my gosh, this PPT of mine is not very new. So look at this. Oh my gosh, look at this photo. I mean, oh, even look at the mobile. Is this the right kind of the mobile? I mean, shouldn't these buttons should be at the bottom, or is this right? I believe this is right. So yeah, this actually this PowerPoint presentation which I'm using, it's a bit old, but it doesn't really matter, because I just wanted to do something to show it to you guys, because I wanted to basically speak my heart out. And so my speaking my heart out, and I just wanted to have something which and I've used in the previous speeches. So I've used this PowerPoint presentation. I wanted something to show it to you guys, so to show to you guys when I'm speaking. So that's the reason why I just use this PPT. So yeah, I mean, let's talk about LinkedIn profile optimization. Yeah, I'm reading the slide side out now. So I'm contradicting myself. Oh my gosh, look at these crackers. I don't know if you guys can hear the crackers noise. I mean, but this is huge. So yeah, you may be seeing those, you'll be hearing those crackers noise. That's basically Diwali here in India. So yeah, as I'm making this video right now. So yeah, that's the reason why you may be seeing this, you may be hearing these crackers. So anyways, wish you guys a very happy Diwali, and hope you guys keep rocking. And yeah, I just like to say certain lines before we move on to the next point, that hope this Diwali brings you a lot of great achievements. I hope this Diwali brings you a lot of happiness, and then this Diwali, I hope that you burn all your negatives in your life, all the negative aspects, I mean, all the negativity which you have in your minds, all the drawbacks or all the feelings which you're getting, that you may not win, you may fail. All those things should be burned. And remember that life is a game, and the game is all about the name. Remember this, guys. It's a poem written by me. This was first used by me in my TEDx talk. So these lines are very close to my heart. So remember, guys, life is a game, and the game is all about the name. If you want to make a name, if you want to make a name, then you gotta take the blame. If you want to make a name, then you gotta take the blame. But once you take that blame, then there will be some shame. But once you have that shame, then that shame will ignite your flame. And once you ignite your flame, then, ladies and gentlemen, you will start working hard and you will start making a name, because the game is all about the name, ladies and gentlemen. So keep striving hard, keep hustling, keep working harder, and keep striving harder. And I'm very optimistic that you will be making a name for yourself, and you'll be recording the screen videos, these screen recording videos, or doing much better videos. And I mean, you'd be just absolutely rocking it. And comment on this video if you liked it, if you got motivated or something like that. Comment on, support me here on YouTube, guys. I need your support. Just go and comment or like it, do something which, I mean, share your views. If even if you don't like or comment or subscribe, just let me know about your views. I mean, share your views. That's very important. Share your story in the YouTube comment section. Let other people know. Let other people know what you have done. Who knows, the right person will be watching this video. They may be reading your comments. So share your story right away. Whenever you get the opportunity, share your story. So share your story in the comment section, guys. Yeah, it's a cover photo. As I said, if you want to have a cover photo on LinkedIn, you should use the mobile, you should use the desktop application. You should use the desktop rather, or your laptop, to add a cover photo. It's very important that you have a cover photo. It can signify your industry. So if you're into the IT sector, then you can have a cover photo which shows basically computers or softwares or coding, something like that. If you're a mechanical engineer, maybe you can show gears, or gear icons, automobile, something like that. And then the cover photo can basically signify your industry. And if you want to know more, I mean, I just say that your cover photo, like I have my cover photo of me speaking at TEDx. So what that does, it adds a lot of credibility, because in my field I know that having a TEDx photo is important. So I understand my industry of speaking. So I have taken the photo of me speaking at TEDx. I have added a certain lines on my cover photo, like I've been featured in Forbes, Entrepreneur, Huffington Post, and Radio Mirchi's Nashik Youth Icon. I've added those lines in my cover photo, where people who come to my LinkedIn profile, they come to know that I'm a public speaker, because I have a cover photo wherein I am speaking. So your cover photo should signify your industry. It should show what you do, right? So that's important. Profile photo is again very important. I guess that I believe you should have a profile photo very professional, and a very professional manner in a professional manner. A photo with your dog, with your cat, or with you fooling around. I mean, you can have a photo with a cat or a dog, but I mean, it is better that if you just use a headshot, you don't use a photo when your entire body is visible, because the profile picture is very short. So if you upload a entire photo, or an entire body photo of yours, your face will become very small. So people won't be able to see your face in the profile photo. So if people can't see your face, then they won't trust you. And if you're thinking that you would upload an actor or actress's photo as your profile picture, then that's a big no-no on LinkedIn. So I also added some stat that, if you have a profile photo, then you get 21 times more profile views and 36 times more messages. And I would definitely like to add the source over here. That this was I believe this was taken some time back, but this was from the LinkedIn official database. So this is not something which I've taken from a magazine or a blog or a website which is there on the internet. I've taken this on the official LinkedIn blog. So all these information, all these data, especially which you see on my presentation, are actual official information given out by LinkedIn. So LinkedIn basically tells you that if you have a profile photo, it helps you receive at least, if it helps you receive 21 times more profile views and up to 36 times more messages. So that's important. A summary is important. Again, I've stated a number. Basically, LinkedIn has stated a number which helps understand the importance of having LinkedIn summary. So LinkedIn summary, you can share what you were doing in your past, what you're doing right now, what you intend to do in the future, or share your accomplishments on in the LinkedIn summary. So start doing that. Start sharing achievements, start sharing your story in the LinkedIn summary part. I guess you have about 2000 characters in the LinkedIn summary part, so or the LinkedIn description part as we call it that. So you can share a lot of stuff in the summary part. So go on to LinkedIn right now, hit the pencil icon and start editing that and start adding a lot of information about yourself. If you might ask me, would you write the summary in first person, third person? So a lot of people use first person and some people also use third person, so you may choose that. So even if you use first person, that looks a bit more personal type, there's a little more personal kind of a touch. But because I am a speaker and a lot of people when they invite me, they normally take my bio from my LinkedIn profile. So for to ease that thing up, I normally keep my profile, my summary in third person. So I use, Vanky Kataria is a public speaker. He is a two-time TEDx speaker, and so I use he a lot. So I have my summary in third person. So you can decide on that and you can start sharing what you were, what we were doing in the past, what you're doing right now, what you intend to do in the future. If you're looking for collaborations, you can add that, and in the LinkedIn summary, you can start sharing that in the LinkedIn summary. Headline, headline is basically a lot of people get their headline done basically because a lot of people actually, when they make the LinkedIn profile, LinkedIn automatically updates their headline. If they're a student at a particular college, it will automatically write student at X college. So LinkedIn automatically does that. So you will want to choose and you will want to edit that headline. So you can do that, and so you could do that. You can add a headline which is much more professional, which shows a lot more character about you, which adds a lot of information about you, which also has keywords, because if your headline has certain keywords, then it becomes searchable. So if people are searching for particular keywords, then your profile may pop up in the top in the searches icon. So again, that is helpful. So yeah, you should definitely add a headline which you should make use of all the characters which is available in the headline part, and you should make use of that. And in the headline, you can basically write about what you're doing right now. Let's say you are a assistant professor at X college, something like that. Skills, you can add up to 50 skills. And again, there's the data that if you add at least 5 skills, then there are chances that you could be the chances that you'll be contacted more, and you'll be contacted more by recruiters, something like that. So again, adding skills is important. You can add up to 50 skills. As I'm making this video, LinkedIn has rolled out a new feature called skill test, a skill quiz. So if you're good at a particular skill, then there are certain tests or quizzes which you can give, which you can get, that you can give certain tests or quizzes, and basically get basically LinkedIn would tell other people that you have passed that test. So you can do that. You can definitely do that. And I'd say that once you add a skill, aim for at least 99 plus endorsements, at least 100 endorsements, because once you have 100 endorsements on your skills, people get to see that 99 plus badge, which looks really very cool, and which really looks very great, that once you have 99 plus endorsements on your skills, I mean, psychologically, I believe it helps strengthen your profile. So yeah, I mean, you can start doing it. You can start working on getting at least 99, at least 100 endorsements on your skills, because once you get at least 100, it will automatically show 99 plus on your profile. So you should definitely start doing that. You can start by endorsing other people, or you can start writing posts which basically take people to your profile, which basically make people interested in your profile, so that people visit your profile and they may endorse you for your skills. So you should start doing that. Current position, you can always add your current position, you can add your current education, you can add your past positions, where you worked and where you're studying right now, and other things. By current position, of course, I mean your job positions. You can add which company you're working right now. So the more information you fill in on LinkedIn, the better it is for you. You can also share your jobs, your educations, certifications, your honors and achievements, your grades while you were in school or college. So you can also add your location. The more information you fill in, the better it is for you, and the more information LinkedIn has. So that is much better. So I hope that you're adding all the information, so that you at least have an all-star profile on LinkedIn. I mean, you can't go over an all-star profile on LinkedIn. So if you have basically filled in all the information on LinkedIn, you would be seeing an all-star badge on your LinkedIn profile. but that also badge is not visible to other people, just in case you're wondering. So if your profile shows you that you have an all-star profile, that doesn't mean other people who will be viewing your profile would also get to see that badge. So it's just basically indication that you've filled in all the basic information. And if not filled in all the basic information, then you might be seeing the words, you might be seeing the badge beginner or intermediate on your LinkedIn profile. You should always add your location, as I said. You should add your location so that people know, which location you are from, or recruiters know, so that maybe it would be much easier for recruiters to hire you. I mean, so it makes sense. If it makes sense, and do add your location. SSI, it's a social selling index. So social selling index is basically, it's like a score out of 100. You can just search on like Google right now, SSI score of LinkedIn. The first site which would appear of LinkedIn.com or business.linkedin.com. Just log in there. I mean, just log in onto the right website. Otherwise, your data may get stolen. So just see if you're logging into the right website. So you just Google search, SSI, LinkedIn SSI. It's a score given by LinkedIn out of 100. So out of 100, it's divided into four parts. 25 marks for each point. Professional brand, find the right people, engage with insights, build relationships. So it's basically a score given out of 100 for each profile. So the higher the score, the better SSI it is. So it is for your profile. Again, people can't see your SSI score. Only you can see your SSI score. Once you log in, onto the website by LinkedIn SSI, you can see your scores. It would help you understand what you're doing right on LinkedIn. So if your professional brand is higher, it basically means that you're using a lot of posts. Your posts are getting engagement, you're writing a lot of articles, and people are noticing you, people are searching for your profile, your posts are getting engagement. So your brand is improving on LinkedIn. This is actually the hardest parameter to get more marks into. Then there's the finding the right people. So if you're finding a lot of right people, by right people I mean, let's say you're a mechanical engineer, you already stated on LinkedIn that your industry is mechanical engineering, and then you're connecting to a lot of you're finding a lot of people on LinkedIn who are into the mechanical engineering field. That means you're finding a lot of right people, so you would get a higher score again in this particular field. Engage with insights and building relationships is like, again, how useful LinkedIn connections are proving to you, how much messaging you're doing. I mean, how you're basically using LinkedIn to build relationships, make connections, have talks and all those sort of things. So it will help you boost your SSI score about LinkedIn. Oh, sweet. So I've got animation over here. So if I'm giving a speech, as I'm speaking point 101 point, as I'm speaking point by point, so I'll just move these points point by point. So yeah, I mean, this is cool. So I'll move on to the next thing, LinkedIn Premium. If you are okay, you should definitely start using LinkedIn Premium. As you can see on the mobile phone, the replicate mobile phone, by the way, there's a golden badge. So if you have a LinkedIn profile, you get to choose if you want to show a LinkedIn golden badge in your profile. I mean, it honestly doesn't mean anything else. It just means that you have a LinkedIn Premium account, but it's a golden badge, guys. It psychologically it adds. I mean, it adds some impression. It adds some strong impression. I'm telling you. If you have a watch at if you look at a LinkedIn profile which is a premium account, I don't know why, but it looks cooler. I don't know why. Even though I know the basics behind it, that it is just a premium account. That means the other person has just paid a particular amount to have that golden badge. But I don't know. It just feels a bit cooler. So apart from that, if you get to add a golden badge on your LinkedIn profile, you get access to LinkedIn Premium. You also get access to a lot of information. So let's say if you're applying for a job, and if you're applying for a job on LinkedIn, and you want to see how many people have applied for this job, what skills are required for this job, how many people have applied for the job, what would be your application number right now if 100 people have applied, and so you would be the 101st application, and where do you stand out amongst all the other applicants. What would be your position approximately among the other 100 applicants, who are also applying for the job. So you would get access to a lot of data if you have a LinkedIn Premium account. If you don't have a LinkedIn Premium account, you won't get access to all of these information. So yeah, you should try having a LinkedIn Premium account. At least you can have a free trial of it. Which is better for what? So see guys, LinkedIn right now is where Facebook or Instagram was some years ago. Maybe where Facebook was 7 to 8 years ago or 10 years ago, when there were a lot of content consumers but the content creators were less in number, or maybe it was just booming. It was not very hot then. The platform was not very hot, so it was just booming. So people who came onto the platform then were able to utilize that platform and create their brand on post. They create their brand on Facebook, and they are making use of that right now. It is just like real estate. So just like real estate, you find properties which are not very expensive right now, but have the potential to become expensive later on, maybe 5 years later, 10 years later. What do? You buy them now at a cheaper price. You invest your money so that in the future, it will become more expensive. It is just like the same case on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. So people who started on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram some years ago, for them it was easier because then the competition was less. So it was easy for them to crack down and get popularity. Right now, if you want to start a YouTube channel with zero subscribers, it is going to get a bit difficult. Similarly, on LinkedIn is right now where Facebook was some 10 years ago. So right now, if you start posting content on LinkedIn, you would definitely get certain advantages because it's a platform which is booming right now. It's getting hot slowly, slowly. It's getting hot slow. I just sorry for this. I just kind of remembered a Bollywood song, so that made me laugh. So yeah, I'm actually very chilled right now. Very chilled out right now. I wanted to be very raw and authentic, guys. So if my voice is breaking down a bit, please spare me. My voice, I believe, is just breaking down a bit. But yeah, I just wanted to be very raw and authentic in this video, so and that is the reason why I haven't prepared anything. I just want to let it go. I just want to share those things with you, which I really wanted to share, so it would help you, go and maybe follow your dreams or make a compelling personal brand. So yeah, talking about PR, I've just mentioned this, some facts which show you the importance of PR. Uh, Regardless of the numbers, PR is extremely important, guys. As I said, if you want to have credibility, if you want to have a lot of PR, if you want to get featured in a lot of magazines, the most important thing is getting noticed. So I remember getting featured in Entrepreneur magazine. It got to me. That opportunity came to me when the journalist contacted me on LinkedIn. Again, I got an opportunity to write for Entrepreneur magazine when the editorial staff reached out to me via LinkedIn. So you can either write content which basically catches the eye of journalists or the editorial board, so that they want to feature you in their magazine on their website. Or what you would like to do is you would like to catch the eye of journalists, or you would want to build a personal relationship, a good a good bonding or a good personal relationship with the journalists. So if you have a good relationship with journalists, it's absolute gold. Always have a good personal relationships with journalists. So the journalists get a lot of mails, a lot of pitches every single day. They may be getting hundreds of emails every day. Hundreds of people are emailing them or sending them messages on social media, so that they because they want their company's CEOs, or they want their companies to get featured in a particular magazine or website. So if you want to stand out, start building organic, natural relationships with those journalists. Don't start out with this aim in your mind that I'm going to build a relationship and then in 6 months I'm going to pitch them. That is absolutely the wrong way of doing it. Start building a relationship with them, add value to them, be friendly, wish them on their birthdays, wish them on festivals, and have a good relationship. And if time comes, if you think your profile is right, and if they're looking for a particular person like you may send them a pitch. You may pitch yourself, but you should not be angry if they don't accept your pitch. That is important. You should understand that friendship is one aspect, but being professional is the other aspect. So you got to be very professional. You got to send them a message that this is my pitch, but even if you don't accept it, even if you don't feature me in a magazine, I completely understand, and that is completely okay. That is absolutely nothing to worry. So I completely understand. And this way, even the journalists gets it that you're a very genuine guy or a very genuine girl. So they would really like that kind of an attitude, because this kind of attitude is very rare. And believe me, this kind of attitude really works in today's world, where everyone is just trying to get results very fast. So how PR works, I've made a flow chart. You connect, you position yourself, you add value, you wait. This is basically the way I have been able to get a lot of PR. So I basically connect with journalists, and then I write posts maybe on Facebook or LinkedIn, which basically position me as an expert in my field. So that if let's say about public speaking, when I started on LinkedIn, I started writing about articles, I started writing post on public speaking, how to improve in public speaking, how to get better about public speaking. So what happened is, when a journalist was looking for someone to feature in an article about public speaking, they contacted me on LinkedIn. So this is the way you do it. You first get connected to journalists on different social media platforms, and hopefully they also follow you. While you follow them, they follow you back, and because they will follow you back if you build a nice relationship with them. They will do that, and then you keep on posting content which positions you as an expert in your field, so that if they want to, if they will be writing an article about that particular topic, then they'll automatically send you a message or email that they want to feature you. I mean, that is the best way to get featured. That is the most amazing way. I'm telling you guys that's very important. So yeah, what's how to do a great PR campaign? Storytelling is again very important. Important positioning is important. Adding value is important. So storytelling is the most important thing. As I said, you just can't keep bragging about your achievements on social media. You have to create that story. So creating the story element, creating that story, highlighting the negatives of your life, highlighting the points when you have been broken and where you haven't done very great is very important in PR. So you have to share your story. The more you share your story, the more PR opportunities you guys would get. So that's the Messi Ronaldo combination, LinkedIn plus PR. Also, as you can just see my mail, there's a tool called Harrow, right? Help a reporter out. There's a tool called Journal Request, PR Hunters. These are different tools wherein you can get opportunities for PR. So LinkedIn plus PR is basically my two favorite tools, plus public speaking again. So yeah, LinkedIn, PR, public speaking are my favorite tools for personal branding. So you should definitely go and try those out. Even though it may differ, so you may like Facebook or Instagram, you may say Facebook plus PR, you may say Facebook and Instagram are my great combination. That is completely fine. It may be different for different people. For me, LinkedIn, PR, and public speaking work the best. So yeah, I'm talking personal branding. As Jeff Bezos says, a brand for a company is like a reputation for a person. So it's basically like it's what people say. If you are not in a room, if you are not in a room, then what people say about you is your personal brand. So if you are not in a room and what people are saying about you, that is your personal brand, guys. What is your name synonymous with? So let's say Elon Musk. Elon Musk is synonymous for me. He is synonymous for innovation, right? So, I mean, what is Jeff Bezos synonymous for me? For me, Jeff Bezos is synonymous for like the richest man on earth, or a lot of money, right? So his brand for me is something like that, right? So, or an influencer, something like that, right? So what is your brand synonymous for? You have to ask yourself that question, right? That is an important question to ask. What is your brand all about? If you can think, if people can think about you, and when they hear your name or your company's name, and all they can think about is just one word, or two words, and that's it, then your personal branding is great, right? If they can just think about one particular word when they hear your name, then you have done your job in personal branding, right? If you, let's say, what is Gary Vaynerchuk all about, so you would be like, Instagram influencer, or maybe some people would say digital marketer, something like that, right? So that is a great personal brand, that people remember him immediately. When I say the word, when I say the name Gary Vaynerchuk, immediately a particular word or couple of words pops in your mind. I mean, that is a signal, that is an indication of a very strong personal brand. So you need to have a very strong personal brand, because in today's world, in freelancing, if you're doing freelancing, your personal brand matters the most. So yeah, I've added certain points. I've also added the Gary Vaynerchuk point: jab, chap, cha, right hook, right. So you got to story tell, you got to share your story, then you should add value to the people. You have to have a network which would help you get opportunities. I mean, that is very important, guys. Always remember, LinkedIn PR and the LinkedIn PR, sharing your story, all of these things are connected. First of all, you basically self-evaluate self, and once you do self-evaluation, you understand what are your weaknesses. You work on them. You become better. You understand what was your weakest point, what was your most negative point in your life, what has been your greatest point in your life. Then you get your story of your life. You start sharing that story of yours with other people. People start noticing you. People start getting connected with you. Then maybe you get a magazine feature or website feature. You add some, then there's some credibility on your profile. You make use of credibility and you start public speaking, or maybe you write a book, or maybe you write an article, and you start building your personal plan on it, and you keep repeating that process. You keep sharing experiences, you keep sharing your learnings, and you use different social media platforms. You can use different social media platforms for different purposes, right? So you can use LinkedIn for professional networking. You can use maybe Instagram to show behind the scenes. You can show Twitter to show your quirky side, show your sense of humor. So you can use the different social media platforms to show your different sides. And these are the credits. I have created this slideshow, the PowerPoint presentation some time back. So yeah, this was made possible by Slides, Carnival, and Unsplash. Again, I'm not going to get any commission by this, but as you can see, all of these templates were created by, I believe I had downloaded them from Slides Carnival. So yeah, it's always important to give credits, guys. It's very important. I see a lot of people don't give credits for the work they basically download it from the internet, don't give credits. That is not the right way. So I just wanted to give these guys their due credits, and I believe that's the end of the slideshow. Click to exit. Even though that may be the end of the slideshow, for me and for you guys, just let me know, guys, what you thought about this first kind of a this kind of a master class or something like this. What do you call a personal branding master class? What did you like about it? What you didn't like about it? It was very raw, very authentic. This is my way of coming behind the scenes, coming. Just like on Instagram, people come in a very raw and authentic way. This is my kind of a thing. This is me being very raw and authentic, and sharing my things, sharing my story, sharing the things which I believe are very important with you guys. I hope you liked it. I hope there was some value added to you, and I hope you remember me, because I believe in karma, and I believe that if I help you today, automatically I would get helped tomorrow. So basically, I'm being selfish in a way, because I believe that if I help you guys today, some way or the other, you guys would help me, in certain ways. I don't know how exactly, but I just believe that's the way how life works. You help someone, and automatically God helps you. So that's the way how I think. I'll just stop the screen recording right now. Yeah, this is again OBS Studio. For people who missed it, OBS Studio is the platform where you can start your screen recording. So I'll just stop the screen recording before I go. I would really like to thank you all for staying till here, watching this video, listening to my boring voice, listening to my a bit broken voice, if I may say that. So, but hopefully, I believe you like the content, and I'll be posting um, certain videos. I'm not saying posting a lot of videos, because every time I say I'm going to post a longer video, I just get intimidated by that. So I'm not going to say I'm going to post a lot more long videos. I'm just going to say that I'm going to come soon and post more videos for you guys. And so yeah, wonderful talking to you guys. If you like the video, subscribe to the channel. I really find it very cliche. I don't like saying it, but it's just kind of a reminder to you guys. If you really like the video, if you really found it useful, then just subscribe to the channel, like it, comment it, or share it. Commenting or sharing it is more preferable, because just like on LinkedIn, I had run an article that I read a post, if I'm not wrong, that if you like a post on LinkedIn, a like gives 1 point to the post, a comment gives 2 points to the post, a share gives 3 points to the post. The more points the post gets, the more people it will reach. So I don't exactly know how authentic this information was, but I believe this seems very logical. So yeah, if you like the post, it's good. If you comment on it, it's better. And if you share the post, then it's best. And what could we call it, if you subscribe to the channel? Well, if you subscribe to the channel, then that is absolutely gigantic. It's absolutely amazing for me. It's marvelous, it's outstanding, it's very important for me. So anyways, thank you guys, hope you like the video, and I'll soon chat again. Bye bye, guys.